Reel 2, Portrait of Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens is probably the greatest track star that the United States has ever developed. Tonight we're going to tell his story with Jesse Owens himself appearing in person. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jesse Owens story. Jesse Owens was born a poor Negro boy. He was fortunate enough to go to Ohio State University. And at Ohio State, he became the greatest track star in the United States. Perhaps the greatest day that he ever had was on May the 25th, 1935 at Ann Arbor, Michigan, a day that'll never be forgotten in track history. For that afternoon, after the 100-yard dash, the public address system blared forth with...
Winner, Jesse Owens. Time, 9 4/10 seconds. Equals the world's record.
And that same day, after the broad jump, the loudspeaker blared forth with...
Winner, Jesse Owens. 26 feet, 8 1/4 inches. A new world's record.
And again that same day, after the 220-yard low hurdles, the loudspeaker shouted...
Winner, Jesse Owens. Time, 22 6/10 seconds. A new world's record.
And also that same day, after the 200-meter dash, the loudspeaker yelled...
Winner, Jesse Owens. Time, 20 3/10 seconds. A new world's record.
And still that same day, after the 220-yard dash, the loudspeaker announced...
Winner, Jesse Owens. Time, 20 3/10 seconds. A new world's record.
Never in the history of track has one man made such an incredible record as did Jesse Owens that afternoon of May the 25th, 1935 at Ann Arbor, Michigan. 4 events, 4 new world's records. But Jesse Owens was to go on to even greater heights. The next time Jesse Owens was to make track history was in Berlin, Germany, August the 4th, 1936. The Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. This was the heyday of the Nazis. The Nazis who under Adolf Hitler were told they were supermen, that no colored man could beat them, that they could beat Jesse Owens just because he was a Negro. That day as Jesse Owens faced the Nazis in Berlin's Olympic Stadium, Adolf Hitler sat in a private box. Then came the call for the running broad jump. One by one, jumpers from all over the world were eliminated until only 2 men were left, Jesse Owens of the United States and Lutz Long of Germany. Each man had 3 jumps left. It was the German Lutz Long who jumped first. After his jump, the loudspeaker blared forth with...
Lutz Long, Germany, 26 feet, 3 inches. Heil Hitler!
Next it was Jesse Owens' turn. As Jesse Owens jumped, the crowd froze into silence. For Jesse Owens had jumped to a new Olympic record. The loudspeaker announced...
Jesse Owens, United States, overstepped the takeoff line. The jump is foul.
Everybody knew that jump was not foul. The Germans were cheating. They were trying to cheat Jesse Owens so that their man could win to prove that no Negro could beat them. But Jesse Owens still had 2 jumps left. And on his second jump, he broke his own record of a moment before. It was a clean jump, perfectly fair. But the loudspeaker said...
Jesse Owens, United States, overstepped the takeoff line again. The jump is foul.
Jesse Owens was furious now. This was a deliberate attempt by the Germans to cheat him out of victory. Now he had only 1 more jump left. Adolf Hitler was watching. As the crowd watched, Jesse Owens made his 3rd and his final jump. He made it from 1 foot behind the official takeoff line. A moment later, the official announcement came.
Jesse Owens, United States, 26 feet, 5 1/3 inches. A new Olympic record.
It was then that all eyes turned towards Hitler's box. But Hitler's box was empty. Hitler had disappeared. A humble American Negro track star had made the Fuhrer with his boasts of racial supremacy the laughingstock of the world. Jesse Owens had forced Hitler to retreat in bitter defeat. And now, in order that you can hear Jesse Owens speaking in person, this is Bill Stern in New York, switching into Chicago. Come in, Jesse Owens.
Thank you, Bill, for reliving the greatest moment of my life. But you know, I think many people would like to know what happened to me after the Olympics. I came home a hero, and soon I was leading my own orchestra. I had a baseball team and a basketball team. But, Bill, somehow people forget very quickly. I went back to racing. Yeah, I raced against motorcycles, raced against horses, and I even ran against dogs. But 1939 was my bad year, and I was broke. But now things are better. I'm with the leading Chicago clothier, the Leo Rose Company, as executive director of sports and sales. You know, Bill, my story is pretty unusual. But I know one that's more unusual. It's the story of a boy who made a record in the standing high kick. This is Jesse Owens in Chicago, asking you, Bill Stern, do you know the story of the track star who made the record in the standing high kick?